Hi, I'm Rachel and welcome to Auxhart Gardening. Today I'm going to show you how to harvest and cook radish pods. Watching your radishes go to seed can feel like a failure, especially if you're a first-time gardener. But as I found out, there's actually several ways to use the seed pods that your radishes produce. So even if you don't get a radish harvest, letting your radishes go to seed can still provide you food and a harvest. So I'm going to go over 3 different ways that I found that you can cook and eat radish pods, and we're going to figure out which one is the best. Another bonus of letting your radishes go to seed is it brings in pollinators. You get flowers much earlier than you would if you were waiting for some of your other plants to start flowering. So if you take a look at your radishes, you'll see that they form these stalks that end in flowers. And each time a flower gets pollinated, it leaves behind this little pod. And you can see as we go down to where the older pods are, they swell up with seeds. And the easiest way to harvest these is honestly just to pop them right off. Now, the size of harvest, I have found it doesn't matter all that much in terms of taste. So basically, medium to large sized is what you want to go for here. Here's some examples of some larger pods. Y'all can see, in comparison to my hand, how big some of those are. We're just gonna pull a few of these. It is about to rain, so I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some more of these real quick, and then I will meet you back inside to show you what to do with them. Can you see that ominous dark cloud? Ooh, I think I hear the rain. Time to get inside, huh? Well guys, I made it, but just barely. Here in the South we have a saying, sometimes the bottom falls out of the sky. And that's what this is. Suddenly it's dry and the next minute the sky is falling on you. Oh man, look at that. So this is like day 4 or 5 now of consistent torrential downpour. And I think this is unusual for this time of year. Granted, I've never paid this much close attention to the weather before now. But we're already, last time I checked, we were already at 6 inches of rain for May. And the average around here is like about 4.5. And we've still got, I think, 5 more days of rain predicted. So yeah, at this point, I'm not concerned about watering my plants at least. Although one can hope that they don't actually flood. Alright guys, so we are safely inside now, and I've got my radish pod harvest right here. The first thing I'm going to do is rinse it off. Alright, so the first way that you can use radish pods is actually just to eat them raw. Apparently a lot of people eat these things in salads, so I'm going to eat one of them raw and tell you how it tastes. Tastes like a pea pod. Ooh. And then there at the end is like the little radish spice. Honestly though, it's not very strong. Like, eating an actual radish puts my tongue on fire, a raw radish, and this is very mild. This is like flavorful without being overpowering, I would say. If I ate salads, I'd probably put these in my salads. So yeah, since I don't really eat salad, I don't have any good salad recipes to give you to go along with this, but it definitely does seem like something, if you eat salads, it seems like one of those things that would go really, really well in salads. Okay, and so for the second way to eat radish pods, I gotta go get something out of my fridge. Alright, so second way to eat radish pods is to pickle them. And I've never pickled anything before, but according to the internet, you can just put radish pods in an old jar of pickle juice and just reuse the brine and make fridge pickles by leaving them to sit in your fridge for a few days to a month or so. And so these have been in my fridge for a few days. I haven't tried one yet, but I'm gonna try one for you guys. Alright. Smells like pickles. Let's see. Ooh, the pointy part on these is a little stiffer than the other ones. Oh my god, that tastes just like a pickle. I love pickles. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I can now officially highly recommend this method. So a lot of people in the gardening community know a lot of ways of preserving the food that they grow, but I, as a beginner gardener, have never had to do that, and I haven't yet tried, and I figure that probably a lot of you haven't either. And so this is like super easy, very accessible way to pickle something. Just all you got to do is eat a jar of pickles and then reuse the brine. I could probably stuff so many radish pods in here. I think some of today's harvest is going to join these guys. But yeah, that was super easy. I rinsed them off, put them in the jar, and it's been like 3 or 4 days now, and they already taste like pickles. And I'm going to assume that they'll probably keep in the fridge for something like a month at the minimum. I would probably eat them past a month as long as they didn't look too bad. Alright, and so the third way to eat these radish pods is to stir fry them. So I'm going to do that now and show you guys. The process is super simple. I've actually done this one already, and I think you're gonna like it. So let me just set you guys up so you can see what I'm gonna do. Alright, so I'm just gonna start by putting some oil into a pan that's heating up on medium heat. As you pick your radish pods, sometimes the stem will come off with it, sometimes it won't, but if it does, just snap it off. Alright, so I've got my radish pods all patted dry on my paper towel. Just as soon as this heats up, we're going to go ahead and just pour them right on in. Alright, so basically we're just going to make sure they're spread out and let them brown. You see that little bit of golden brown? That's what we're going for. Alrighty, I'm thinking these look right about done. Alrighty, here is the finished product. They are, so these are very tender and warm. If you've ever fried up green beans like that, it tastes a little bit like that. And I'm kind of a plain Jane when it comes to salting, when it comes to seasoning stuff, so I just salted these. But I can imagine they would go really well in any kind of Asian stir fry. Use them maybe the same way you use bean sprouts, because they do add like a really nice crunch. Now some of them have stiffer little pointy ends than others. So some of those are a little bit difficult to eat. So if that bothers you, you could probably just cut them off before you cook them. But it's very edible. It doesn't hurt to eat it at all, and it's not really all that chewy. I'm gonna go finish these. So the thing I love about this the most is the fact that I looked at these radishes about a month and a half ago, and I thought I had totally failed as a gardener because I planted them too late and I never got radishes, and then they went to flower and I was like freaking out. And now I have all of these radish pods. I think I have hundreds out there, and y'all saw all the flowers. Every single one of those flowers is going to be a pod. So I think that this is a great way to take advantage of that failure. And I have a feeling that a lot of you will probably run into this, if not this year, then some year in the future. And I want you to know that the point at which your radishes flower is not the point of failure. It's just the point of deciding you're going to get a different harvest. So stay positive, let those radishes go to seed. They're beautiful, they bring in pollinators, and they are so tasty. So that was 3 ways that you can cook and eat your radish pods. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. Ignore my cat. And I will see you guys very soon with another video. Until then, happy gardening. He's crying because he can't go outside. Look at all your adoring fans. Yeah. You don't know how loved you are, do you?